G'day and good morning. YouTube hates when I make this type of content. I'll talk about the reasons why a bit later on, but my plan today is I'm just looking for some new ground. I've come a little bit behind where we normally fish in a little bit deeper water. I'm in 20 meters of water. So my plan today is just to sort of zigzag along this little band and just see if I can't find any showings. And if I find some good showings of bait or some good showings of fish, I'm going to drop my little jig down, the little metal jig, and just jig away and see if I can't come up with a Samson fish, a kingfish, or potentially a jewfish or something. I'm not really chasing eating fish today, but if I catch one, I'll take one for sure. But really today is just about exploring and trying to find some new ground. And yeah, I'll see what we can find. So come with us. I'm not at work and I'm having a good day. The sun is shining. The wind is not too rude for a change, so let's get it on, see what we can find. So this is just slow cruising. There's so much bait showing on this along here though. Lots of bait, but I can't see any like decent fish on that. But it doesn't mean they're not. So I might just drive up a little bit more up here. All right, they look like a little bit better. I'm actually going to mark the peak of that. All right, I've actually just marked that, so now I know where it is, and I'll set up a little bit of a drift and see if we can go back over the top of that. It's not heavy on bait, but it looks different to the other ones that were loaded with bait, so we'll have a bit of a drift and see if I can't jig something up. Some good marks on the sounder now. I'm dropping my jig down. I just hit reverse to try to kind of hold me in the zone a little bit. It didn't really work so well. This is always a bit tricky on your own because I'm trying to drive and fish at the same time. I feel like if I drop the bait down, I'd probably be in a lot better position, but so be it. We'll just jig and see if we can't turn something up on the metal. I don't jig very often, so something different, I guess. I really haven't done much metal jigging at all, so today I'll micro jig. This is only a small jig too, it's only like 40 grams I think, so it's kind of a bit slow in reacting. Is it on the bottom? Yeah, it's on the bottom. Ideally I'd like to find some Samson fish. Or kings, I'd always like to find kings. No love. I'm going to mark that. Righto, marked. Let's drop these jiggers down. Oh, this looks really good. I might even drop a bait down on this one a bit later on. Oh! I feel like I've got something on here. It's not big. Yeah, there's a fish on. Some sort of little rassy boy or something. There you go. Okay, settle. Settle, because I don't want a hook in my hand. Old mate just spoiled my drift because now I'm back over the top. Just go a bit of reverse and get back on that again. That was definitely a nice little piece of ground there. Yes, I'll have another drift over that. So YouTube actually hates this kind of content from me. The funny thing about YouTube is once you post a few videos, YouTube and I guess your audience and algorithms or whatever else make up their mind what box you're going to fit into. So straight away, because of my first few videos, I fit into a snapper fishing box and people want to see me fishing for snapper. If I do anything outside of that box, YouTube just doesn't promote those videos. And like if I did a shore-based fishing or offshore Samson fish jigging or trolling for marlin, YouTube will not promote those videos because it's got me in a snapper fishing box. Same for Jack, my mate Jack. He has been put into a shore-based fishing box by YouTube and the algorithms, and anything else he does, if it's not shore-based fishing, YouTube doesn't want to know about it. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's just the way it is. So when I do videos like this, I'm well aware that they're probably not even going to get many views, but I don't really care because I'm fishing for myself, not for views. It is nice to get views and get paid a little bit of money and pay for my fuel, but at the end of the day, I'm out here for myself because I just want to catch fish and just spend time on the water. I'm not even about catching fish, which is a funny thing. Again, I'll tell you another story. So YouTube and the Perth audience, I'm going to lay it out, I'm not going to be very popular for this, but the Perth audience in particular, they just want dead fish. We've done the experience between myself and Jack, and we've looked online and seen a few others. If I'm holding 2 dead fish like this in my thumbnail, it'll get way more clicks than if I'm holding a beautiful, nice fish like that is plainly still alive and is about to go back in the water. For some reason, Perth viewers in particular just want to see death. They want to see dead fish. They want to see people bagging out. As you guys know that watch me, I'm not about bagging out. I'm about just taking what I need and trying to be sustainable, not just killing everything for the sake of it. If I bagged out and caught 2 dewies now and held them up like that from the gills with blood dripping out of them in my thumbnail, it'd get way more views than just one nice jewfish held normally like that. I can't explain it, but it's the facts. We've done the research, we've tried it. Jack's done it before. He's put Baghdad in the title and it's got way more views than anything else. So just going fishing is not good enough for people. They want to see death and they want to see dead fish. Makes me really sad because we've all seen online, I mean, I see them from America, I see them from Australia regularly enough as well. Tables and tables full of dead fish, and people filling them up, and they're all going on about, oh yeah, we did really good today. And I'm like, how can you possibly feel like that is sustainable? Like, how can you think that's sustainable? I don't know, but I don't know. It's a weird and wonderful world we live in. There are fish in the ocean, yes, and it's still possible to catch them, yes. But if we keep filling tables with dead fish or filling eskies full of dead fish, it can't be sustainable. It can't last. I feel like as recreational fishers, we just need to be a little bit more responsible about that. Also, again, I'm not going to be liked for this, but bad luck, I'm putting it out there because it's time I spilt my guts. Photos online of eskies with 4 big dead fish just bleeding in an esky, it's bad, guys. Just stop. You got to understand, we are being watched by the government, we are being watched by green groups, we're being watched by the woke generation. They see dead fish in an esky and it's just like a trigger to them. Use your fish, show a bit of respect, hold it, show it nice, wipe the blood off it. Like, yes, brag about your fish. We all catch fish. I understand fish die and we catch fish because we're going to eat them. I get that. But I think some of the photos that people are posting online is just triggering some of these green groups and some of these woke people out there, and they're seeing bleeding fish in an esky and it's just like a trigger to them. I just don't feel like it's a good look for recreational fishermen in general. It's just not cool. Anyway, enough of my political ranting, and I'm going to go back for another drop because that looked really nice. Well, there's a nice show on a bait. Just stop and drop. Hopefully I'll blow back over that again. Just mark that. Very nice show. Hopefully there's some bigger fish in amongst them. Generally, if you find the bait, the bigger fish aren't too far away. Generally. Yeah, fish on. It's nothing huge. Is it even a fish? I don't even think it's a fish. Well, there's something on. Yeah, it's probably just another little wrasse or something. Oh, it's a little black bottom. Beautiful little break sea cod. Actually really good eating. Really good eating in the bigger sizes, but this one is plainly undersized. He should go back pretty easily though. Bye buddy. I wasn't going to do it, but yeah, I know this fish down there and I just want to catch something, so I put the old snap bait on with a fillet of herring here. I had a few bits of bait in the bag there that's sort of leftovers from last time. I didn't really bring in a huge expanse of bait because I was sort of planning on jigging the whole time, but I'll see how long this bait lasts because it's been defrosted a few times. But I'm going to drop a bait down on that show that I had before and see if we can come up with something. All right, let's drop this snap bait down there. It's a little 40 gram Sakana. It's probably going to take a while to get to the bottom. I might have to use a bit of reverse, I think. Might have to use a bit of reverse to spin me around anyway. Oh wow, that was already getting touched. I don't think it's not even on the bottom yet. Yeah, it's on the bottom. I'm not even over the spot. Oh, I don't even know how long this bait's going to stay on because it's pretty soft and mushy. I reckon I got no bait already. Correct. Shit, that was quick. This bait is really mushy. I got the herring's head out. That's the last bit of bait I got left. This one should stay on a little bit longer, so we'll go back around and drop that. All right, we're on the bottom. See if something will go for this bigger chunk of bait, because the pickers were getting those fillets off so fast. Oh, touch. Let's go. Come on, something bigger, eat it. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Oh, yeah, it had to happen. There had to be fish down there. It's decent fish. I just couldn't keep the bait on long enough for the bigger fish to find it. The pickers were just eating it, but obviously that head stayed on a little bit longer. Old mate here's had a crack. I reckon it's a jewfish. I'm just going to go slowly with it. Can't see it yet. Oh, there it is. I can see silver. Oh, is it a dewy? I think it's a dewy. I think it's a decent dewy too. Yeah, he's a good one. Whoa, settle, settle, settle. There you go. Perfect eating size jewfish. He's got that 40 gram snap bait in his mouth. That was almost too easy. I standed over that with the jig a few times and I knew there was fish there, but they just wouldn't commit. As soon as I got that bait to stay on, old mate just came in and had a crack. Almost too easy. He is dinner. I'll get this guy out of his misery and then we'll carry on and try something else now because I've got the fish I needed. No more baits. So there you go, guys. Have a look at that. First drop with a decent piece of bait. That herring was in. I might have a couple more muleys down there, but that herring was in with a bag full of muleys there as burley. It was just shit. It had been defrosted a few times. That's why those strips came off early. But straight away, have a look at this. I'm maybe 3.5 miles out. You can see suburbia on the coastline here. I'm nowhere special. I'm not remote. It's just taking the time to sound around, find that patch of ground. I took my time. I zigzagged up and down. A lot of it I didn't do on camera because I don't want to bore you guys. But this patch is only 20 metres, comes up to 19 to probably 18 at its highest point, and then back down again. It's only a band maybe 5-10 metres wide at its max, and small band, and just a couple of drifts over the top, and just sort of worked my way up until I found what I was looking for, which was the bait. Found the bait on the sounder. As soon as I found that, I knew the fish were there. The jig wasn't really getting the job done. I got a few little touches, but not what I was hoping for. But first decent bait, old man Jewfish. So what I'm going to do is not fish the bottom anymore for demersals. I'm going to zip down a bit further to a bit of a spot that sometimes holds Samson fish, and I might tie the old jig back on and see if I can come up with a couple of sambos and get my arm stretched a bit before I head in. Once more, there's the bait. That's what I'm looking for. I've just marked that as I've come across, so I know where to go back to it. It's actually quite behind me now, but I've got to tie a jig back on. I'll just jig this till I can start seeing it, and then I'm going to drop it back down again. Once more, I'm not super experienced this whole jigging scene. I really haven't done a huge amount of it. But wow, there's a lot of bait in this zone, that's for sure. Are the fish home? Who knows? Oh, there's definitely fish holding on top of the bait. I can see proper marks holding at about 15 metres right on top of the bait. Just trying to get them to bite. Oh yeah, look at them. Look at them there. There's Samson fish on top of the bait for sure. Just got to get them excited. Get them excited enough to eat. The problem is I got so much bait there to eat. I'm trying to entice like more of an aggressive sort of strike. I wonder if I could actually bring them up to the surface with a stick bait. Sometimes they'll come up to the surface. Normally you got to get a couple and get them eating first, but I'm going to chuck this stick bait out and just make a bit of a splash on the bit of a commotion on the surface and see if we can't attract some kind of attention that way. Make sure my drag's nice and tight. Sometimes you just got to mix it up a bit to get them interested. If you know they're in the zone, which I'm pretty sure they are, sometimes you just got to mix it a bit. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I can see them down there. I just saw one, followed that up there. Okay, let's go. Surface hits, come on. Now I'm just going to splash this and just entice him up. Oh, he shadowed that for sure that time. Just splashing across the surface, show them something different. I'm gonna get out of here, go see what else I can find. The fish are there, they're just not biting. I've given it probably a solid hour of trying and it's just not happening, so I'll go for another cruise. It's a magic day, so we'll go and head in a bit closer to see what we can find. Maybe find some kings in on the reef down here behind here, so stay with me. That's it for me today. I've burned in, but I've really had enough, so I'm just going to head in. I achieved exactly what I was hoping to do today. I sounded some new ground, I pinged a few new marks, I got a good fish. I couldn't quite get the sandbugs that I was chasing, but I did see them, and it's nice to know there's bait and Samson fish still on that spot, so I'll give that another crack again in the future. But for now, that's all. If you like my videos, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Thanks for watching.